Greg's holding me captive for steak bones.
Forget bones. Now beef-flavored milk-bone dog biscuits come in new medium size, too.
Wow!
Taste beefy like a steak bone, but they're a better teeth cleaner, because they safely give your dog the right teeth cleaning size and hardness for cleaner, whiter teeth.
Beefy like a steak bone, huh, Red?
But the better teeth cleaner. Beef-flavored milk-bone dog biscuits.
Announcing a major innovation in RCA video cassette recording. A smaller price. Buy a 6-hour Selectavision VCR and RCA will instantly reduce the price by $100. Buy an RCA color camera and the price is reduced another $100. It's happening during RCA's Instant Savings Days, but it won't be happening for long. So see your participating RCA Selectavision dealer. He can save you $100 instantly.
There's a notion afoot that the boxier your car is, the more sense it makes.
Well, it seems like Buick and a whole lot of Regal owners disagree.
Instead of making the Regal look like a European jogging shoe, they made it crisp and clean.
Instead of making it austere, they made it luxurious.
And instead of underpowering it, they give it an efficient V6 engine.
Buick Regal. Proof that intelligence doesn't always come in a box.
Regal. Buy or lease one at your Buick dealer now.
For cleaning up, there's just one word for Viva paper towels. Unbelievable. Viva's unbelievably strong on dried-on stains and unbelievably absorbent on messy spills. Unbelievable.
Watch Viva versus the other leading towel using a spray cleaner on this dried-on grape jelly. See? Yours fell apart. Not Viva. Absorbs the mess and finishes the job.
Unbelievable. Say all things go too fast.
This is David Hartman. We'll talk with Pittsburgh quarterback Terry Bradshaw about Super Bowl 14 tomorrow on Good Morning America.
Tuesday, things may never be the same for the roommates again on Three's Company. And Bobby's got a chance to be a big star on Taxi. Then the Harts are caught in a mysterious game of life and death on Heart to Heart.
When I first met Lionel, he was a real brown shoe.
When I try, I can be very plausible.
So, I gave him a little help.
What this man has done to me this afternoon would fill a book.
That's how we became pals.
Why are you doing this to me?
The guy is crazy about me.
Tenspeed and Brown Shoe. Premieres January 27th.
Mixed reactions to President Carter's call for an Olympic boycott, and the Steelers go all the way. Those stories and more next on Action News.
Her enthusiastic approach to cooking and her special style make her one of the most popular chefs of our time. And on our next show, we'll meet Julia Child, who brings her special flair to our studio when she concocts crepes Felipe. She'll also talk about her aggressive attitude toward cooking and how she likes to see children involved in meal preparation. And we'll find out her reaction to people poking fun at her special style.
Get involved with Donahue tomorrow at 9.
There's award-winning entertainment on this week's Mike Douglas Show because Grammy winner Anne Murray is co-hosting.
All right.
With Gomer Pyle himself, Jim Nabors, beautiful Jacqueline Bissett, actor Martin Sheen, humorous Irma Bombeck, zany Ruth Buzzy, Alice's Linda Lavin, plus music with the Spinners, Larry Gatlin, Paul Anka, and rock star Jimmy Messina, who talks about his return to music.
Mike's gonna make your day tomorrow at 10.
Alan Alda stars on MASH, weekdays on Channel 8.
Action News, the weekend edition with Bob Norman. Sports with Mike Elliott and Roberto Tirado with the weather. Now, Action News. Now, Bob Norman.
Good evening. Bob Norman has a night off. I'm Jonathan Levine. President Carter says American athletes will not compete in the Moscow Olympics as long as Soviet troops remain in Afghanistan. Commenting on nationwide TV this morning, the president said he will ask for a boycott of the Summer Games or seek to have them moved out of Russia. We get more now from Bettina Gregory.
528 athletes have trained most of their lives for a place on one of America's 21 Olympic teams. Their only reward is a chance to prove they are the best.
And I think it'd be a tragic, not only for this team, but for every other athlete who has really devoted a heck of a lot of time and effort for the Moscow Games to give it all up. It'd be a real shame.
Kathy Johnson of Chicago has been training for 12 years.
Well, of course, I'm very disappointed because the Olympics in Moscow is something I've dreamed about since I was a small child. But I see the importance that our country should stand strong, and the President Carter should stand strong and show them that we mean business.
The Olympic Charter says the decision is not President Carter's to make. The Olympic flame is guarded by a private committee, whose international chairman says a boycott would be disastrous.
My view is that it is not the business of politicians to get involved in the Olympic Games.
This is not the first time politics has invaded the Olympics. In 1936, host Adolf Hitler and his racial policies were embarrassed by black American Jesse Owens. The 1972 Munich Games saw 11 Israeli athletes murdered by Arab terrorists. A '76 controversy over New Zealand's rugby team prompted many black African nations to walk out. Boston's Bill Rogers ran in the games that year.
It's a good event, and we shouldn't lose it, I don't think.
Neither do the Russians, who must now decide whether their presence in Afghanistan is worth risking 528 empty beds in Moscow's Olympic Village. Bill Greenwood, ABC News.
Reaction to President Carter's statement was mixed. A spokesman for French athletes said they'll definitely be in Moscow next summer, but Egypt's President Sadat says he supports Carter, and he urged other Muslim nations to do the same. Meanwhile, Moscow radio said today any attempt by the U.S. to pull out of the Olympics won't make any difference in their foreign policy. The presence of Soviet troops in Afghanistan has sent thousands of Afghanis fleeing to other countries. Neighboring Pakistan now finds itself fighting a losing battle to cope with their new refugee problem. Ken Kashiwahara reports.
Refugees from Afghanistan have begun receiving relief supplies, but only in trickles. These blankets were donated by church groups in Pakistan, Europe, and the United States. But the supply efforts simply cannot keep up with the increasing number of Afghan refugees. Officially, there are now about 500,000. Unofficial estimates go as high as 1 million. In this mountainous border region of Pakistan, the refugees say they need more supplies to battle the harsh weather, which dips below freezing at night. One of the greatest needs is for children's shoes. Many go barefoot. 2 children froze to death during the 7-day hike from Afghanistan. During the day, the refugees sit around, having nothing to do. Some talk about their experiences. Haji Abdul Haq says the Russians killed 5 of his relatives during a fight. He left Afghanistan, he says, because of the lack of religious freedom. The call to prayer. Even in this desolate area, the refugees pray 5 times a day. They are devout Muslims, and the Russians, they say, would not allow them to practice their religion. So the Afghan refugees here have now joined the hundreds of thousands of other refugees throughout the world who are homeless and stateless. And most say they will remain that way until the Russians leave their country and their religion, Islam, returns. Ken Kashiwahara, ABC News, Gulistan, Pakistan.
Tehran radio says Iran is ready to give the Muslim rebels in Afghanistan every kind of aid in their fight against the Russians. But as far as the American hostages, negotiations to free them are apparently still on dead center. But there are new signs that the growing Russian military threat in Afghanistan is taking the edge off Iran's anti-American fervor. One indication, Iranian public interest in the American hostages has apparently dropped off. Well, the events in the Middle East have had a major impact on politics here at home. Since the Iranian crisis began, President Carter has moved past Teddy Kennedy to become the Democratic frontrunner for president. His political strength will get its first real test tomorrow night at the Iowa caucuses. Vic Ratner has the story.
It's phone banks and volunteers like these that the candidates are counting on now to get people to come to the 2,531 precinct caucuses all across the state. The Bush organization is perhaps the best in Iowa. Bush himself got here early and plans to campaign right down to the final hour tomorrow. The man Bush hopes to beat, or at least come close to, capped his campaign